waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. 'Cause this is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider impossible is losing. I've been waiting on the sidelines for a long time. Now I'm finally getting in the game. It's about time. 'Cause this is my time. This is my time. The only thing I consider.
Y'all let me know if y'all can hear my audio and if you can hear Tua. Can you hear my audio and can you hear this? Yes or no? Did you hear that audio? We can hear you. Did you hear the audio when I played it of Tua? No. Okay, give me a second. I want to make sure that y'all, you only. All right, no worries. Give me one moment. All right.
You're trying to get the plays going. Kind of the process of that.
Well, we have until the 15-second mark until it cuts off with the communication with Mike. So depending on what the personnel is, depending on what we were trying to do there, if it was a wristband call or if it was a call it in the headset, there's a lot of things in that sense that play a role in if we're getting to the right things or if we're not getting to the right things. So that was sort of the mix-up of communication there.
Plays post snap. Can you take us through what you saw both the interception and the sack?
Yeah, the interception was just trying to make a play, fourth down. And then the sack, just trying to step up and try to maneuver through the pocket. Maybe we got something and was going to try to give one of the guys a chance.
Did you think Achane had won it?
Well, I seen the ref. He started doing that while Achane was in the end zone. So that would have been cool. But still, when we have that opportunity to go down there and score, we got to come up with that.
On a short week, how do you balance physical recovery just to prepare for a team that knows how to win the division?
Well, you got to learn from this game. You got to move on from it quick, and that's what that is. You go in tomorrow, you watch it with the guys, you watch it with the coaches, get a gist of what the game plan is going to look like going into Thursday, and then throughout all of that, right, tonight, tomorrow, that's when you sort of have your recovery as well.
So it looked like we saw a quicker trigger from you to push that ball downfield to Jalen, to Tyreek. What switch flipped for you this week from last week to trust that pass?
A hope and a prayer.
I think, having some talks with Reek and whatnot, that if I do, just don't think that I'm going to throw it 80 yards. Like, as you're running, just do your best to track it.
He don't think that.
Stop. That's what ended up happening on that play for Reek. And then with him and Waddle with those deeper outbreaking routes, just trying to help them get open while maneuvering, the corner in the flat.
You mentioned that the players meeting last week. Did you address things today despite the loss that you had talked about in the players meeting?
We didn't address any of that. We came together, and then Waddle had something to say to the guys, and I thought it was really good. And just things like that. We just can't have any of this 0-2. We're not saying this is the end of the season, but I think for me and Waddle in the league, I don't think we've started it started, a season 0-2. So just trying to maneuver through that. And then with our guys as well, it's a new team, right? New guys, and we got to keep going, man.
Against teams that we should beat. I don't think me and Waddle ever started 0-2. Against teams you should beat.
Phil, you know there's 15 games left, obviously. I mean, your brain tells you that the whole season almost is still in front of you guys. But like you said, it is 0-2.
Mhm.
And history says that's a pretty scary record. You know what the odds are going forward. Just what is the level of concern?
Well, I wouldn't say there's alerts going on right now with, man, the season's over. I think the alerts are more on, like, dude, what are we doing that we've done all these other years to start fast, to help us get to where we want to go, to where we want to have those explosives, the pre-snap communication, the timing, the operation, all of that. Like, I think that's where the alert is more a concern, is trying to find that urgency back for our offense and then for our team as well.
Fans are booing during this game.
Mhm.
A group of fans flew a banner saying "Fire Greer." McDaniel. What are you thinking as you're seeing all this?
I didn't see any of that, but did hear the boos. It's it's part of the game. The fans pay money, their hard-earned money, to come and see their team play, and we go out there and we don't look the part as we have previous years. And so it's all understandable, and it comes with the game. You get the boos, you get the cheers. It's like anything else. You get the highs, you get the lows. But for us mentally as players, like, we got to stay even keel. We got to stay together. We got to continue to trust one another and build off of whatever this game was.
So you had a different look on the right side of your offensive line. How did you feel about the performance of Larry and Keon?
I think they did a great job for what we asked of them to do in this game. There's a lot of the situations that could have been avoided with our operational deals that we had, but I think they did a great job for the most part.
So what's your confidence level in getting all of this operational stuff situated?
I'm gonna go have a conversation with Mike. I'm gonna go have a conversation with Bev, with our offensive guys, and talk about it, because what we put out there, that was unset. Like, anyone who knows football and anyone who doesn't know football just knows, like, that was not clean and that was not right with what we were doing in the end of the game. So we'll get that fixed, communicate that to those guys, and we'll move forward from there.
I can't wait to cook after this interview, boy. Now we're gonna watch Tyreek's too, and then I'm gonna cook.
With the short week, especially after a loss like this, is it almost a relief to be able to get back on the field faster and put this behind you quicker?
I think there's always a sigh of relief when you get to touch the field again and you get the opportunity to put the last game to bed. That's sort of the feeling that we had with the Indy game, and then now it was in hopes of getting a win this week. And so can't have what you feel didn't earn. I didn't feel we earned this win, and so that's what it was. And so we have that opportunity to play on Thursday.
Do you feel like next week Thursday going into the game, you guys will be heavy underdogs? Do you feel like you guys will be play a lot loosely with nothing to lose?
Well, I wouldn't say we'll go out there and play loosely. We want to go out there and we want to play football the way football should be played, with the right fundamentals, the right techniques for us: offense, defense, special teams. We want to play sound football. We don't want to just go out there and just let loose, thinking this is just another game. Like, I believe every game is its own season, and this game on Thursday is its own season for us.
Last question. I got the weird thing with Mike Vrabel. You know that no 0-3, but first loss to the Patriots. Any weird kind of thing with that?
Nah, this is the NFL, right? You win, you lose, and this was a loss. That's all that was. I don't look at it as whatever the record was against the Patriots and then what it is now. That's part of the league. If you don't come prepared against really good teams, that's what you should expect. Thanks, guys.
We have Tyreek Hill up next, and then we're gonna cook.
Most part, I feel like at the end of the game, those are the kind of situations that you want as an offense. It just comes down to operation and just knowing the situation. We got caught with too many guys in the huddle, and as one of the leaders of this team, like Tua, myself, Brew, we got to be able to like correct that, you know what I'm saying, amongst ourselves. So we'll be better from it.
Does starting out only 2 put more pressure on execution, or can it actually move you guys up to play looser with like nothing to lose?
I feel like it's opportunity, man. Pressure is opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So we got the right guys in the building who come in every day with the right mindset, who's looking to, attack every day and get better. So that's how we're going to approach it. The standard is the standard each and every day. So guys are blessed to be, here with the Dolphins. And obviously we don't want to be 0-2, but we look at it as fuel to the fire. So we're going to continue to, go at it each and every week.
Last week, you were only able to score 8 points.
Mm-hmm.
Today, you were able to move the ball to you and to Jalen Waddle. So what can you build on as you look forward to Buffalo from this game?
We definitely can use this as momentum. Tua looked real good back there, throwing the appeal today, not only to myself, but to Waddle and also A-Chain out the backfield. So it was a good feel. Felt like old time. So hopefully we can continue that momentum and, go into the next week against Buffalo and, just keep doing that same thing. Keep attacking down the field, because that's one of our biggest strengths. If we're able to, run the ball and then also attack downfield, I feel like we are going to put up a lot of points.
Going into Buffalo on a short week at 0-2.
Oh, we're ready, man. We're ready. I feel like last year, the last time we played those guys, we lost by a field goal, if I'm not correct. So it's on everybody's radar right now. So we're ready.
Locker room, in a situation like this where, again, you're 0-2, you fall short, how do you keep the locker room together as a whole, as a team, not letting this 0-2 become more than just that?
Well, for me, man, I've been in situations like this, even when I played in Kansas City earlier in my career. And one thing the leaders used to do when I was there is, just communication, man. Just, keeping the morale up any way you can. Because at the end of the day, like, we all know that it's football, and it's still early in the season and things can change. So, like I said, we got a great coaching staff. We got a great organization here, and we got the right people in the building, who comes to work every day looking to attack. So,
Tyreek, where does the confidence come from that, like you just said, things can change, but where does the belief come from that they will?
Comes from our leaders, our captains, our leadership group, man. So, and then obviously myself, man. Guys who have experience in this league. Like I said, man, I started 0-2 in this league before, and we ended up going on like a 8-game win streak. So it doesn't matter, man. So it's all about how you approach it each and every day. So, I mean, right now, as soon as we get back to the meeting room, I'm telling the receivers that same exact story. Like, so it can be flipped around. It's all about how you approach it and how you attack every day. Like, which side do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the good side, or do you want to be on the bad side of it? Like, so how do you want to be remembered also? So,
Hey, Rick, you've returned punts before in your career.
Yeah.
What did you see from Malik today, and how much of a charge did it give the sidelines when he did that?
That was huge, man. That was very.
Sorry, I'm fast forwarding.
I'm very proud of Malik. Like I said, man, I see flashes in my.
All right. Enough of the hoopla. Enough of that. Okay. Y'all hit that like button real quick. Patreon members, the link has been dropped for you to come in and say your piece, but give me about 30 minutes to cook for a little bit. All right, so It's over. It's over. It's over, y'all. It's all. Here's the deal. I need y'all to put y'all thinking caps on for a second. For the people who've been subscribed to this channel for a long time, I want you to think back here. Think back. I said this in the past. Obviously, I said that this would be the outcome about 4 years ago. I said this is the road we're headed down, and we have options, but this is where we're headed. I mean, let me tell you why it's really over. Let me tell y'all what's happening right now in the NFL. You know all those things that Tua's no good at? Those things he struggles in? They actually, let me tell you what I've seen the last 2 weeks now. They actually are trying to work on them in game. The outside, the numbers, and all of that stuff, they actually trying to work on it. That's what you're seeing right now. You know how everybody's saying, yeah, but Tua's worse than he's ever been. They have been working on the things that he's no good at. And all last week in that game showed you that. And in the first quarter and a half of this game showed you it even worse. They are literally trying to drop him back to process the field. In the middle of the second quarter in this game, McDaniel says, screw that. We got to go back to what we know. Now, even though the Patriots fed into it, Tua start cooking. You know, underneath stuff, 40-yard comebacks, he start cooking. All that stuff that still ain't going to amount to nothing when it all matters. That's the big issue we're dealing with. They're now trying to make him more than what he is because he is the ultimate limitation. Let me say something that has never been said by anybody talking about the Miami Dolphins. Tua's limitations limits everything. It limits the wide receivers in what they're capable of and the routes that they love. They can only run the things that work for him. Think about that. How much of a route tree you take away just because who he is in the system you're running. You limit, and people are going to say, oh, you're wrong about that. But you limit the capabilities of the offensive line. You limit their strengths because they have to play it one way to try their very best to hold on for dear life. Like, I want y'all to think about this. Why we never slide protections? The most basic things you can do. Why don't we hike the ball in the line shifting right with the quarterback? Because they don't want the defense to follow where you're going to be throwing the football. They don't want that. This is why they keep that offensive line stationary, create a pocket. That's it. This offensive line can't even do many of the things that many teams do, like roll the pocket. It doesn't exist in Miami. There's too many things in his offense that doesn't even exist because of who he is and his limitations. So we expose everybody to be conformed to one thing, and then when they get exposed doing it, we make them out to be the villain, like the O-line, the wide receivers, and everybody else. Sorry. This is what we do. This is what we do. Everything. When Kurt Warner talked about, I don't understand this. They need to do more of this and they need to do more of that. Stop talking about what we need to do and recognize why we're not doing it. People keep talking about they need to do this, they need to do that, they need to do this, and they need to do that. Have you ever stopped to ask why we don't? Forget all the X's and O's of who's playing well and who's not. Why aren't we putting the rest of the team in a good position? Everything we do is to put one person in a good position instead of the offense as a whole. And no, I'm not going to talk about defense. Why am I going to talk about defense when I had zero expectations? Y'all keep wanting to talk about, yeah, but the defense garbage. So what? We knew that already. Is this offense not good enough to outshoot Drake May? That's what it comes down to sometimes. Do you see the Cowboys shootout with the Giants? Inferior. See, that's the epitome of it. You see the Cowboys versus the Giants. It ain't no difference between us versus the Patriots. You just got to score more than them. Y'all want to keep talking about the defense so bad. Did everybody and their mama not know that secondary was going to get toasted? What did we say? The defensive line got to be the ones that win it. And all y'all told me, oh, TDU tripping. I told y'all before the season, I said, listen, I do think our defensive line is our strength, but to be honest with y'all, we don't know that until we see them against real opponents in a real game because they've been dominant against ourselves. That don't tell me nothing. Oh, you tripping. Now that they rearing their ugly little head that I warned you about, stop having expectations for them. Stop. Y'all want to blame something you already knew. Defense is garbage. It's garbage, 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 garbage. You ain't going to change that all season. So if you're one of those individuals like, yeah, but still, that's the issue. They should have did better on defense. Stop it. The reason why we ain't got a defense is what I told you 3 years ago was going to happen. You're going to have to make tough decisions and say, hey, do we want to keep the offense intact or do we want to start shedding the roster on defense because you can't afford it all? Last I checked, the Miami Dolphins ain't got no buku bunny sitting around in the cap. If you had the money, maybe you'd have a better defense, but we don't. So why don't we have money, ladies and gentlemen? You know how when you don't have enough money and your team ain't good enough to really compete, you got to go through the roster and say, who ain't living up to their contract? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a little 30-second break for all my haters real quick, and I'm going to let the masses in the chat right now tell me what players ain't living up to their contract in the chat. And that's who you blame. Put it in the chat. Don't tell me nothing about money and not having a good defense, because the first place you better look is whoever ain't living up to their contract. Because if they were living up to their contract, they may be able to make up for the lack of defense. So put it in the chat. Who ain't living up to their contract? Who? On this team, you literally got 5 big contracts that ain't 4 big contracts that ain't living up to it. But it all starts with the largest one. You work the largest down. And if the largest one ain't living up to it, you screwed anyway. Tua Tagovailoa don't even look like a $53 million a year contract. He looked more like a 2-year, $10 million backup. That's what he looked like. Now, I'm happy the man got his money for him and his family. I'm always an advocate of that. Changing generations and being prosperous for your family. I love him for that, and I want him to do it. I just didn't want him to do it with the Dolphins. I'm glad he got his cash. But guess what? He playing like a 2-year, $10 million quarterback. That's what he playing like. Okay, let me be fair. 2 years, 17 million. Come on, man. He ain't living up to his contract, the most important position on the field, the one that got to do the carrying. You're you're one of the highest paid in the league. You got to do some carrying. Did y'all see any carrying? And that's what I don't like. Y'all, like, where's the carrying? Is there any plays where you see carrying? Okay, we made a good throw for 25 yards in the zone. But where's the carrying? You remember when Drake May ran in for the touchdown when nothing was there? Oh, my gosh, running for dear life. That's carrying. That's a moment of carrying. Where is the carrying from our $53 million guy to make up for the lack of defense? Because you know what? Nobody and their mama can't tell me if Tua didn't play an efficient game like Drake May, we wouldn't have won it. You cannot tell me if he wouldn't have threw the interception, we wouldn't have won the game. You can't tell me if he wouldn't throw that interception that he threw. We literally had somebody wide open in the face. You can't tell me we wouldn't have won the game if he would have just played carrying football. Let the team around you be the reason you lose, not you. Don't contribute to the loss. And let me teach y'all something. 9 times out of 10, when that guy doesn't contribute to the loss, we actually win. That's why it's so much weight on his shoulders. Y'all act like the weight on his shoulders is unfair. It's what you're getting paid for. To carry the weight where this guy is lacking, that guy is lacking. Don't worry, I'm finna ball out. I'm gonna make the play. Why is it so hard for people to understand that? You can still carry despite. You know who was carrying? A-Chain was carrying. Malik Washington tried to carry, but Tua never carried in this game. Not a random touchdown to Waddle in the back of the end zone. It's when it really is on the line. You got to carry. When you're making that kind of money. And I know I told y'all I'm not going to talk about the defense, but Zach Sealer, you just got paid. We need an ounce of carry from you. And you didn't give it. And this is why I told y'all not to pay him. It would be a waste. Oh, you done lost your mind. You gotta pay Zach, man. Man, at what point do you you can disagree, but at least listen to the logic. At least I gave you logic behind what I believe. I told y'all this about Zach Sealer. On the Dolphins Collective, they ate me up about it. Oh my gosh, the TD with the worst takes and don't pay Sealer. You got 2 weeks in and this man act like, man, I would have thought he was on IR. Have you heard Zach Sealer's name called in one game yet? In the 2 games we played, have you heard Zach Sealer's name called once? Once. When you get paid like that, it gotta be called every week. Here. Killing me, man. Bring it back when you're done. Some of this stuff is so common sense. Jalen Waddle, man, you my guy, but gosh, man. Like I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Waddle is the guy that's supposed to have at least 600-yard games a season and stuff. It's like he's just another guy out there. Here's the deal: Waddle better than that, man. I'm telling y'all, Tua hurts Waddle. Tua hurts Tyreek. Tua is hurting Waddle and Tyreek. Big arm quarterbacks, strong arm quarterbacks with mobility that can extend plays, man. These guys will be at the top of the food chain. Y'all don't get this. Tua is hurting them, man. Tight coverage or not, you got to deliver the football. Y'all think it's them? No, man. These are elite weapons. And you got them out here looking subpar. Waddle them always open like that in the end zone. You just scared to throw it because a guy close. You got to make the dime throw. Did you see that throw by Drake May in the end zone? Tua ain't even going to put that up. He sees it covered. Or he might actually throw it, but just not as good of a pass. Everybody keeps saying, why is it always Tua? Because I realize that even if you fix everything else, this is still the guy you're going to have. You know the saddest thing about the Miami Dolphins fan base, and I'm going to call us all out right now, is that we will hold everything around him accountable before we hold him accountable. But I got news for you. It's not supposed to be that way. It has never been that way in the NFL. It's only that way with Dolphin fans who trying to protect this guy. He's not it. It's only been that way with us. We want the team to elevate him instead of him elevating the team. And when I say elevating the team, I'm not talking about an easy opponent throwing it all over the field, putting up stats. I'm talking about when it matters most, your back is against the wall on a consistent basis. We know we can count on you to show up. That doesn't exist with Tua Tagovailoa. But we want to just make everything perfect so that he could look good instead of, oh my gosh, it's like mind-numbing. Like, what is wrong with y'all? No. Some of y'all waking up, though. You still don't want to admit it, but you're waking up. You know it. You know it. You know it. You rather just be silent instead of saying, yeah, you're right. No, now your loud disagreement has just turned to silence. It's just turned to silence. I've never saw what we just saw on the field coming. I never thought this was possible. I know that we were a bad team going into this season, but I didn't think that we could, operate this. This is bad. And Mike McDaniel, you're done. You're done. You're getting fired. It's no more if you don't do this. No, you're getting fired. Now it's just a matter of over under. Is it going to be week 4, 5, 6? That's all it is. Because the reason Mike McDaniel definitely getting fired, look at the operation today. Look at the discipline. All the penalties, the timeouts due to not getting out of the huddle quick enough, not having team prepared. Oh, you're getting fired, buddy. You are getting fired. It's just a matter of time. Steven Ross may not do it now because it's a short week, but you're gone. And, oh, man, oh, man. Somebody said Mahomes just ran for a touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, screw the football team. The first piece on the board is identifying that you have a franchise quarterback. The first piece on the board is identifying you have a franchise quarterback. Do you know how you typically determine that? When things aren't perfect around them, do they have carryability? When Tua Tagovailoa was being coached by Brian Flores and everything wasn't around him, did you ever see carryability? No. The things that Ryan Fitzpatrick came in the game to do, Tua never really truly showed. And not only do you need to show the carryability, you need to show it 50% of the time in the big moments, because no quarterback is perfect. You're not going to always go out there and ball out. You're going to have stinkers just like Tua keep having. But when you play the better teams, you need to be above 50%. You need to be 6 out of 10, like balling out 6 out of 10 times, 7 out of 10 times. So don't start with me comparing, well, this quarterback failed some. I've seen him fail before. Yes, but on a greater scale, they don't fail under 60, 70%. You want to highlight the 3 times they did and act like you don't acknowledge the 7 times they didn't. Tua, he gonna fail 8 out of 10 times against the big competition in the the moment that matters most. He's going to blow it 8 out of 10 times, and I'm being generous. I want to say 1 out of 10, but he going to blow it 2 out of 10 times. That's why y'all keep holding on to games that happened 2, 3, 4 years ago. Oh, but yeah, remember Baltimore? Remember Arizona? Man, we in week 2 and almost every quarterback in the league right now, we can say, remember week 1. Y'all digging back 3, 2, 3, 4 years ago to get to your 3rd time he did. And y'all don't think that's a problem? You got to dig back 2, 3, 4 years to remember when he did? When everybody else out here doing it 3 to 4 times a season? Make it make sense. Q, man, you can be in the chat saying I'm being a hypocrite all you want, but it goes on deaf ears if you're not saying why. You got to elaborate your point. That's another thing with y'all. Y'all got to stop just, oh, you're wrong, or that's cap, or you're being a hypocrite. You got to elaborate your point. It comes across as if you're just crying like, oh, well, no, don't hurt my guy. Don't talk about him. Don't expose him. Please don't. Okay, you're being a hypocrite. Like, you got to articulate why. Here's why you're being a hypocrite. Here's why this is cap. Until you can do that, I'll just see crying. I just see, oh my gosh, Tua's coming to an end and I can't take it. Oh my gosh, you're being a hypocrite. Stop it. Don't do this. That's all I'm hearing. You got to elaborate. Oh, you want me to call out Weaver and that atrocious defense? Why? Why am I going to call out what I told you was going to happen? Did you say it was going to be atrocious? Did I say that we're going to be getting cooked in that secondary on a regular? Yes. Don't ask me to call out what you didn't see, but I've already told you. Why am I going to call it out? Yes, the defense is atrocious, but all your money on offense. You spent all your money on offense. And guess what? With an atrocious defense, if Tua played better football, we would still win. With atrocious defense, if Tua played better football, we would still win that game. With atrocious defense, if Tua would have played better football, we would have still have won that game. And that, sir, is a fact. You can see every opportunity sitting right there in front of him. The biggest bailout in the game, well, 2 bailouts, was the callback penalty for 1 inch being in the neutral zone that he interception. And another bailout is when his wide receiver ran back the punt return. Did you really have faith in Tua to get in the end zone from there? That was a sigh of relief. It was relief of that return. So for you, though, Q, because I do like you, Q, Anthony Weaver missed me with the make him an interim head coach. I said this last week. He getting toasted, too, because Brian Flores would have made better work of this defense because he showed you he could with less. Brian Flores ain't even had as much talent on the defense his first year as this one does now, especially in the trenches. So Weaver looking like a fraud too. So stop saying making Weaver the interim and fire McDaniel. Fire them all. Now, if you really want to get down to the nuts and bolts of it, oh, McDaniel can't never find a defensive coordinator. Y'all love getting on Brian Flores for not finding an offensive coordinator. McDaniel can't handle finding a defensive coordinator that'll stick around. Weaver need to be fired too. How many defensive coordinators he done had now? Mike McDaniel. All y'all, well, Flores ain't close to being. Man, you done lost your mind. You think Flores ain't a better coach than Mike McDaniel. Everything y'all, all these narratives y'all made over the last 4 years blowing up in y'all face right now. Every single one of them. The ones y'all gave me hell for every week, they just blowing up. We in a minefield of y'all delusion right now. Boosh, oh, there go another. Oh, there go another one. And I'm just standing right here. This is my safe zone. I ain't walking in this minefield. I told y'all they all around us. All of them is ready to explode. They all ain't worth nothing. Ben told y'all that. Y'all tried to make this about McDaniel and Flores. First of all, y'all boosted McDaniel up anyway, propping him up as McGenius just to make Flores look bad as a coach. Oh, see, this is what a real coach look like. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's see if Mike McDaniel survived the record. Do you know what the record is for Miami Dolphins head coaches that get fired? We literally got a record that none of them make it, like in the last 20 years, none of them made it past 3.5 years. And McDaniel got 3.15 right now. 3.15. Can he make it to 3.51? Can he make it to week 9? Can he make it to week 9? Or is he going to be another statistic? But the one thing I will tell you is the one coach that wasn't a statistic was Brian Flores. He got caught up in all of that drama and mess that they did to him. He didn't do nothing to nobody. Tua Tagovailoa acting like a victim. Brian Flores ain't dead. I'm convinced now. Brian Flores ain't did nothing to Tua, but try to coach him hard and try to see if he can get a dog that never existed out of him. And that's the problem. Brian Flores ain't do nothing but coach Tua hard and try to get a dog that never existed out of him. And that was his downfall for hoping that it existed. Hoping that it existed. And it made him go harder and harder to say, man, I know it got to be in there. Like everybody got to have one in there, right? Nope, it got you fired. And Tua about to get 2 coaches fired. Tua finna get his second coach fired. So no, I don't want to hear none of your mouth. I don't want to hear nothing about that man, Tua Tagovailoa, number 1, Uno, starting quarter. I don't want to hear a word about him. He get coaches fired. He ain't got that dog in him. He's not a real leader. And if you want to argue leadership, he ain't an effective one. He's not an effective one. And you got a general manager and head coach capping for him, trying to make him be one. They trying to train this man to be a leader on the spot. And I'm going to tell you now, you know what you're doing to him? You're ruining him because it's too much on his plate. It's too much on his plate. That's why every press conference now, he sound like he's trying to be a forced leader. Well, you know, he trying to talk bold. He trying to be bold. Stop it. We knew this 5 years ago. Just let him play. Stop trying to make him something he ain't. But the reason why you won't stop is because you need him to be, and he's not. That's what's happening right now. They're trying to manufacture a franchise quarterback in front of our eyes that don't have the tools, and we don't have the resources or anything to even fabricate it anymore. We can't even fabricate it anymore. And you wonder why I always talk about Tua, because y'all going to continue being on this delusional mission of fixing everything around him just to find out you will never have perfection around him. And then on top of never having perfection around him, You're going to learn the hard way that it's just him. Me and Doug had a back and forth on the X today. Shout out to my brother Doug, but I disagree with him on this. He said if Burrow or Herbert, if the Dolphins would have actually tanked properly and got Burrow or Herbert or any one of them, we would have ruined them too. And I couldn't agree more. Because did the Bengals do anything for Burrow on the defensive side of the football? No, Burrow understood the mission. I still got to go out here and put up points on offense. And the one thing Burrow does is say, even if we lose, you know it ain't because of me, because I'm carrying. And despite my carrying, we have losing moments. So you can't ruin somebody who can carry. This ain't about their record. This ain't about their playoff success. It's about when you lose, were you a part of the loss? And if you were a part of the loss, is that a consistent basis that you're a part of the loss? That's what it's about. Burrow had the worst defense in the NFL last year. They lost a lot of games. Did he look like he was ruined? Did they ruin him? He's still his value diminished zero. Matter of fact, his stock probably went up because of how bad the defense was, and he still put up points and was fighting. Was he ruined? If Joe Burrow was in Miami, even if we still were losing, you'd have a guy who was fighting more. You'd have a guy who was producing more in the biggest moments, in the worst moments. He wouldn't be ruined in Miami. Only Tua is ruined because Tua is limited in almost everything he does. In almost everything he does. Justin Herbert, a fairer comparison, has no postseason success, but y'all love to point out the 2 or 3 games you can remember of him helping them blow the game, but you never want to point out the big games he have that he balled out and won or even lost, but he balled out. Just like when he lost to Miami in week 1 3 years ago. He balled out, but he lost. It didn't ruin him. Everybody knew the end of the season they were ranked the last defense in the league. It didn't ruin him. No matter how bad the team is around those guys, it don't ruin them. But people are like, oh, we ruining Tua. We ain't ruining him. He ruining himself. He's still out there missing opportunities. Nobody said he's going to be perfect with the lack of support around him. He ain't going to be perfect. But God dog it, against good teams, you gotta make plays. You gotta go out there and make plays. You can't make excuses. Let me read some of these super chats, man, because we got too many and I'm gonna get behind. I gotta bless these people that's blessing me. The Dolphins are cursed. Whenever they score 27 points, we choke against the Titans 28-27. We blew against the Cardinals 28-27. Tyler Bass made a 60-yard field goal 30-27. Now this game. And we got help with special teams who scored a touchdown. Drain the swamp. Omar needs to stop reporting on the Dolphins. Man, oh man. Yeah, I'm blaming Omar this week. He got Tua shook. TD, at least A-Chain is electric in the passing game, but this O-line can't open any running lanes. A-Chain almost won us the game, though. If he just one more step to the inside. Yeah, but listen, I'm not even high on A-Chain either. He came and he played a good game. But I'm not high on A-Chain either. He's not a running back that can impose his will. He's not a big play running back. Y'all see big plays from A-Chain when the defense is in a circumstance where they don't want to give up the big play, and he gets a wide open dump down and he goes down the field. That ain't breaking tackles all day. That ain't hitting. Like no. Like, I like A-Chain. He's a good player, but he ain't a game changer. He a game changer in the sense of, oh, throw him the ball in the flat and nobody within 20 yards, and then he can make a move. Yeah, you want a weapon like that on your team, but that's not act like he's the game changer. He's the difference maker. He's not. He's the guy that cleans up all the mess and eats up whenever Tyreek Hill and them getting all the attention. Is he skilled? Yes, he is. Is he fast? Yes, he is. Can he make a move here and there? Yes, he is. But can he play trench play? Can he play trench play when you actually put somebody on him? Not all these explosive plays in zone coverage where he's cutting in and out and all of that. I'm talking about you are the guy. Can you be the guy? Can you be the guy? He can't be a third down back. That's why he's a scat back. He got to run the ball on first down and be a part of the passing game. Can he be an elite receiver threat? No, he's just an extra weapon. But he's not a guy. He's an extra weapon that gets a lot of opportunity in this offense because of Tyreek and Waddle. Remove Tyreek and teams actually care about A-Chain? No, cut everything he does in half right away. Cut everything he does in half right away. And y'all don't get that. Y'all think I'm hating until Tyreek gone and A-Chain's the main focal point of the offense, and you realize, man, where A-Chain? He ain't been the same. I mean, he making a few plays here and there. He's not an impose your wheel guy. He's not. I'm going to play the Mike McDaniel presser, but I got to get through the super chats. I want to respect people who are showing love to the channel, blessing us with their hard-earned money, all right? So like I said, we'll get to it. We'll get to Mike McDaniel presser. And Tua don't care. Tua having a good time. Oh, yeah, man, we got to do better. He got paid, man. Y'all don't get it. That was the whole goal. Tua just getting to that payday. Now, it don't matter. Of course, he wants to win, but it don't matter. It's okay. I'm going to still be okay. I'm going to still smile. I still have my family. That's his mentality. And he's right. But that's what you signed up for. That's what you signed up for. All those ums and hums Tua taking after McDaniel. Yeah, they all taking after him. Even Tyreek. Like, oh, this is an opportunity, adversity. Even Tyreek with that crazy mess. Boy, how did we get to this point, y'all? Well, I don't even know why I'm saying that. I told you we would be here. All right, TD, our offense didn't put up a single touchdown in the second half. A-Chain is our most dynamic weapon on offense. He's always fighting. We didn't. Our offense didn't score a touchdown in the second half. I ain't know that. Tyreek agent has him coached perfectly. Man, the day Tyreek gone, he gonna get on them podcasts. He gonna be talking and he gonna hum like a bird. He gonna hum like a bird, and I can't wait. It's coming. I can't wait. All right, how that 4-0 start? LOL. Thought you said the season was gonna be different. Yeah, I did. Lino, you can have this one today. I can't argue with you, bro. You got it. You got it. You got me. You got me. You caught me. You caught me. I was wrong. Having hope for this team. He lost to the Colts and the Patriots, and both quarterbacks look better than ours. So people keep talking about, oh, the defense. Yeah, regardless, both quarterbacks look better than ours. If you're not a generational player, you shouldn't make generational wealth. I agree, but that's how dumb we were just to try to prove that he was a guy. And I kept telling y'all, you're going to learn the hard way. But you know what? Even though the prison sentence is almost over for me, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better these days. You know, hey, I done did my bid. I did my time. I just got to get out of here with good behavior, man. TD, I think we could sign Fitzpatrick off the couch today and he'll still play better than Tua. We need a dynamic quarterback, an improvisational quarterback, a quarterback that's looking to make big plays, a quarterback that's not rattled by the moment. The Tua versus Herbert debate finally over. You know it ain't over for them until Herbert do something. See, they want to make their argument what they want to make it. Herbert ain't won a playoff game. Ladies and gentlemen, for the 15 million, 100,000, whatever time, he will never be as good as Justin Herbert because he doesn't have the physical intangibles to be as good as Herbert, nor does he have the skill to be as good as Justin Herbert. Herbert got the package. He got the package. He never was and never will be. I don't care what a record say or anything. He never was and never will be better than Justin Herbert. He won't. What are your thoughts on Drake May? Solid, poised, good decision maker, took what the defense gave him, big time throws, better than Tua. Gosh, we got the worst quarterback in the division. Now I got to debate Richie if Justin Fields better. Oh my gosh, we done reached the new low, man. Oh my God. So sick of this mess. TD, we were a way better team when we had less than half the talent, but had the TNT wall. Takes no talent. That was Brian Flores, man. That was Brian Flores. Yes, we were, sir. We really were. Now we stuck with this foolishness. All right. I believe if we had drafted Herbert or Burrow, Flores would still be our head coach and we'd have a division win by now. Yes! People don't understand. Flores, these are quarterbacks Flores wouldn't have had to bark at. He wouldn't have had to talk down to because they're monsters. And even if he did, they could mentally take it. Oh, Flores did this to Tua. He would have never did it to them because they had what it took. They had the intangibles. They wouldn't have disappointed him all over and over. And Vrabel just don't lose the Tua, man. We just broke the Tua streak against the Patriots. This the year of streak breaking. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to catch up with these super chats. Y'all sent a lot. Flores was a great coach because fans never moved on. Bad coaches are forgotten the day they're fired. Fins only fighting for number 5 pick till 2030. Man, right now, I need number 1. I'm telling y'all now, I need the number 1 pick now. Bryce Young sucks too. Teams need to stop drafting these Alabama quarterbacks. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lie. Cam looking good, TD. Ravens killing y'all in Miami. Tua saw Flores was right. The whole organization catered to him. Mike, a good coach, just has a trash QB. Mike ain't a good coach. Let me tell you something. You can stick up for Tua all you want, but you missed your opportunity to distance yourself. You should have made Tua. You should have put Tua in a point after last year to say Tua needs to go out and prove himself this year. But instead, you just made me. Yeah, let me go listen to Mike McDaniel presser. Hold on. Let me pull it up, y'all. Let me hear this foolishness. Y'all forgive a million ums and ahs and yeah. Y'all forgive all that what we about to hear because we know it's coming. He started it out saying, all right, let's go. Okay. All right. You about to go. Share screen. Mike McDaniel. I'm coming home to Ron. He said, all right, let's go. Well, let's go.
Michael and Tyreek talked about the finals.
All right, let's go.
Michael and Tyreek talked about the finals drive and
Yeah.
the penalties, the miscommunication.
Yeah.
How much does that fall on you in communication with them or vice versa? What is that process like that led to that?
Yeah, I think that ultimately I look at absolutely everything falling on me. So I don't see, that's the responsibility of a head coach that you go into knowing that. That being said, I'm very frustrated with, collective, there's some basically coaches and players that did not execute communication in a very dire period of the game. With the game on the line, our communication and our substitution was not up to par, and ultimately that is my I hold all responsibility for all things. I will make sure that things that should already be ironed out moving forward, we will not fall victim to the same thing again. As I have to ensure that we'll put the appropriate emphasis on that, because it was not acceptable. We had the opportunity to win the game and we robbed it from ourselves.
Specifically, the penultimate fourth down, was there a delay in deciding to go for it, getting the play call, breaking the
that's kind of where the frustration lies for me. Is there was not it wasn't deciding that cost us, or a late play call, which that happens at times, but this was not one of those times. I got the play call in, but I need to do a better job supervising all of the orchestration within our multiple personnel groups. So to win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game, honestly. And that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20. That was critical.
You guys try to figure this thing out. Do you think that there's anything on the field that can anchor you? Pass rush, run defense, run game, anything like that?
Yeah, I think there was not turning the ball over and having a significant, or I don't know what our yards per play was, but I think it was pretty good. Executing offensive football. We found a little bit of juice there, but that in this game, that same unit didn't come through, including myself down the stretch. So I think we just have to tighten up our football entirely. We can't, wait till the second half to get a stop. We can't have, a monumental special teams play negated by a monumental special teams. It's collective. So guys are very, very frustrated. However, I will say that, what I told the team is, it makes me even more venomous, I think, with the way that the team responded to a start that we absolutely did not want again. And, having sat on the previous week's performance for an entire week, I did find out what type of team I'm coaching, because the weaker mind goes, here we go again. And that was not the case today. So all that being said, it's super frustrating because we had control of an ability to win the football game. We didn't. We came up short, and that is what it is. So, fortunately, we have the bad taste in our mouth continues, but we get another opportunity to play Thursday night against an opponent that will not care about any of our hardships. So at least we get to try to get back out there and make some things right here in a couple days.
How do you prevent urgency from turning to desperation in the locker room, especially on a such short turnaround?
Oh, well, I think it's important that guys have perspective in the National Football League. And over the many years that I've been doing this, there is not a team that is the Super Bowl champion, the 1 seed, all the way through the 7th seed, does not happen in 2 weeks. So I think that's the biggest thing is, I think the perspective of the entirety of the season, and you.
Why do I not want to listen to him anymore? I know y'all want me to play this, but why do I not like? I don't want to listen to this. Like, I mean, y'all let me. Do y'all want me to keep going? I keep going if y'all want me to keep going. Y'all want me to keep going? Yes or no in the chat. Y'all decide, man. Just. No. All right, good. All right. Talk to me, homie.
Yeah, man. No, there's no reason to even listen to him anymore because he's done. He's gone. It was almost a joke for a little bit. Like we started showing signs of life in the game, but I mean, Tua started playing in that moment at the end of that game like he does against the good teams. And I'm referring to obviously the Patriots not being one of those teams because we've had their number for so long. I mean, it's usually one of those consistent playoff teams that he plays like that against, and now he's doing it against teams that we should beat. I mean, this is just what it's evolved into now. I'm telling you, it's just been every year has been a step backwards since Flores. From what's the one season that he didn't get injured? From that one season, when Tua didn't get injured. I'm talking obviously in.
I remember that season, but
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, even that season against the good team.
Even that season.
Yeah. In 2023 against the good teams, he was still.
That was as good as it got. Sorry, and that's what I mean. That was as good as it got.
And this is why I told people Tua already exceeded his ceiling.
Right.
I said
he noticed the ceiling.
Oh, is 2023 his ceiling? I said no. That's exceeding his ceiling. That's when you went out and spent all that money, got, Teron, and I mean, you went and got all of those things, the weapons, everything. Nobody knew what the defense was. I mean, the offense was. It was a fresh new look. You exceeded your ceiling.
Yep.
You exceeded it because you caught the league with the shock and awe. And then as they kept getting, okay, I see what they're doing. Oh, I know what to do. Everybody knows what to do now.
And people forget it was during that time where we were flirting with a few different quarterbacks, even though Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, Tom Brady. Then there was the question of who's going to be our backup. Well, we couldn't have a backup that was any good, because if he was any good, all of a sudden that created who's number one? Who's number one now? And it's like, really? Like, if we have to have that conversation every time someone half good walks in the building, like what are we really talking about? Like, that there was red flags back with that, and then obviously we land with Skylar Thompson, and I don't hear Poupard or Omar talking about it too much, but I wonder if they even tried to develop Skylar, develop anyone on the Miami Dolphins. And you said that before too. When's the last time we've developed anyone?
Yeah.
Into becoming just a Pro Bowl every year, All-Star, that dude, that dog. We don't build them. I think Flores was on the track to building those dudes. That defense was right there, man. And like, he showed that he can do it anywhere, going to the Vikings, installing what he did there.
And now the defense is absolutely garbage. But hey, if we want a better defense, then we need to save some money on offense. Anybody want to raise their hand and tell us where they want to save some money on offense?
Exactly.
Where do you get the money from? Where can we take money on offense and put it on defense? Somebody, maybe Q, out of all people who keep on bringing up the defense, and why don't you tell us who we need to cut on offense so we can save some money and put it on defense? Because this is a defensive personnel issue. We were outmatched to begin with. We knew this already. Where you want to save the money on offense? Come on, Q, where you at? Everybody saying quarterback, but we want to hear from Q. Q knows. Talk to me, bro. What's up?
What's up, TD, man? What's up, man?
Another day, man. A losing day.
Dude, I did a super chat on the game one, but you didn't get a chance to. So I wanted to come in. No, you good. You good. Dude, man, I've been real quiet. This is beyond the details. You ain't seen me much. You haven't really seen super chats. Every now and then you would see me. And, man, disappointed, man. Even from the draft, man, when we let Shedeur Sanders, when we didn't get him, I don't care about anybody else, man. Just for basically for free, TD.
Yeah.
For free. And just watching this team. Dude, I'm 39, TD. We've never been good.
Yeah.
I'm a diehard, TD. I just moved. I'm in Austin now. Dude, I was in Lauderhill until 2 years ago. I was at every home game. And it's just, dude, I'm not rooting anymore, TD. I'm going to be in the background. I'm still a mod. You know, I got you. But unless we do a 360 and we have the comeback of the century, dude, if Tua Tagovailoa is our quarterback, can't do it, man. Can't do it, TD.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, people don't realize that he is the issue because you built everything for him. So whatever lacks around him is because you tried to build it for him. This whole process is a limited one. You're in a box. Everything, every decision, every move you make, every player you go after, you're doing it on the offensive side of the football to work for him. And now the defensive side of the football is struggling because now that money that's starting to catch up now is limiting how much you can actually do on the defensive side of the football.
Let me tell you something, TD. You know Asante Samuel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see how he and a lot of other people talking about Tua. When you have people like Jalen Ramsey and everyone leaving, we always assume it's because of Mike. So, I mean, I played college ball. I played for Youngstown, D1AA, whatever. One thing you would never do is talk badly about a quarterback. Tua is the problem, man. Tua is the problem. And you could see it in Mike's face. Some of the calls and some of the throws, and they zoom in on Mike. I don't like Mike. But they zoom on him and you can just see it like, dang.
Yeah.
I wish I had someone who could make every throw on the field.
Yeah. But he doesn't. So it's limited. So we're limited. Now we got to put all the weight on the defense to make the plays when we know that they're not equipped to do it.
TD, as you know, and you've said it before, we're set up like the Bengals. We're set up where our offense is supposed to put up 30 plus points every game. And we always should have a chance to win. Always have.
But here's the difference. See, the Bengals will win that game with Joe Burrow.
Of course.
The Bengals would struggle if they playing the Ravens and they getting in those high scores like that. And they playing Buffalo, they playing the good teams. But here we are with the bad teams struggling like that.
And is it just me? Like, it just sucks everything out of me. Like the football season, I waited all year. Oh my God, I waited all year. Anyway, I got to get back to work. I'm watching. I'm still listening.
All right, but we were
Later.
excited. We were excited for everything to come back, and here we are dealing with this mess. Like this is like, oh,
We always had to go through this, man. Listen, we always had to go through this point to get to the next step.
yeah. But we're about to get to the next step. At least
That's it.
Hopefully,
Hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is the Band-Aid's ripped off. This is the most pain we're gonna feel, and then it's over.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm actually nervous about next week. Like, I already know.
What do you mean?
I already think I know what the outcome gonna be. I think.
Like, you mean winning?
No, man. I'm just nervous about what's gonna happen in the game. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Man, something about I don't know. I'm nervous now about this game. Period.
Listen, we didn't talk about it much, and I was in Key West, so I wasn't able to watch your stream when we were watching week 1. How crazy was it when Tua got that blindside hit? Like, were you like, is he gonna get back up?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I hope he don't get hurt.
No.
I mean, I just feel like he's out there now, and Buffalo is the type of team they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be teeing off. They're gonna be having fun. They know we can't. They with what we've put out there, we can't match up. Look at the lucky play. Buffalo not giving up that stupid stuff.
No.
Buffalo's not doing that. Buffalo, man, they gonna come out punching you in the mouth. Their pass rush is 10 times better. And we forgot Christian Gonzalez wasn't even on the field. Like, we're talking about, oh, this is a good help for us. No Christian Gonzalez. What?
What's getting crazy alarming is every year the mismanagement of the clock, the play calls. It hasn't gotten better at all, and it keeps happening. It's much more of a McDaniel thing, but I mean, that's kind of crazy that, it's almost like something in a business when someone like, okay, you keep making the same mistake, let's work on this.
Yeah.
And like, it's like you're the CEO though, you're the head coach, you're the operations officer. Like, come on, dude.
Bruh, and thanks for coming through on the round, bro.
Yeah, man.
The whole organization, they're failing. They failed. They have failed. I've had a famous saying over the last 6 years. I've had a famous saying now. Time will tell. I got tired of arguing with people about what I see in the future for this team, and I just kept saying, well, time will tell. Let's allow time to tell. It's the new version of agree to disagree, but time will tell. And I keep getting into it with people. I'll be like, hey, time will tell. We'll see. Let's allow time to tell. I'm scared that time has officially told. I told y'all it probably can't tell until midway through the season, but I think time might have told. Time might have officially stamp on the envelope, nail in the car. It's told. It has told us. Time has told. And you know what? I'm not going to get into I was right. But I will say, I wasn't wrong. I'm not going to get into I was right. I'm just going to say, I wasn't wrong. It's not even a debate anymore. Tua is not the answer, man. Yeah. Now, don't worry. They're going to be out here talking about McDaniels. Terrible decision making, lack of this and that, the defense, obviously. You'll lie. They're still going to blame everything else, but I'm over it. Time has told. Time has told. I'm finna get out of here and go kiss my babies and hang out with my family. Who played tonight? What's the Sunday night football game? Let me see if I'm going to even stream. Let me see. Who's playing tonight? Falcons, Vikings. I don't know. I might do half of it. I don't know. We got JJ McCarthy, who's now better than Tua. And I don't know who playing for the Falcons. I heard something about Kurt recently. I think Penix is fine, but I haven't followed the situation. Wait. Did the Chargers already play? I haven't seen them play unless they're Monday Night Football. They must be Monday Night Football, huh? Monday, double header on Monday, 7 p.m. and 10 p.m.? Didn't know that. I don't know. I might take a break, man, because I got travel this week. I got to fly to Buffalo. A lot going on, man. I'll be at the game in Buffalo. And yeah, I'm actually going to try to stream from the stadium, y'all. If it don't work, it don't work. But I'm going to try to live stream from the stadium, the game. My reaction right in the suite, because I think we're in like a suite area. We're like in a suite, like this whole lounge. So I'm going to try to stream from the stadium, all right? But yeah, I'm finna get out of here. I'm a little worn. Again, if I do that game tonight, it'll be half of it. It's a good game, but I got a lot of travel and stuff this week, so I don't want to get too worn out. TD, did you see what Kobe posted? He's bragging now. I don't want to see it. I know Kobe is going to try to rip me to shreds this week. I'm embarrassed. This team, I hate this team. They make me sick. Oh, just stupid. I got to deal with the AFC East roundtable this week with this crap. It's just stupid, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Fans up no matter what. Thank you for those who bless me on this channel. I know some people, let me make sure I'm not. Mitchell McCormick, thank you for the love on the Cash App. I appreciate you so much. Ryan Fitzpatrick still available to play. Oh, man. All right, y'all. Anyway, I'm out of here. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Fins up no matter what. I'll see y'all soon, man. I'll see y'all soon. Tomorrow, Therapy Monday. I'll drop the link for everybody to come in and say their due. Peace. I'm out.